We're at the 143rd Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show that started in 1877 and is the second longest continuously running sporting event behind the Kentucky Derby, which started in 1875. It predates the automobile, radio, television, and airplanes. Founded in the shadow of the Civil War, members felt that a dog show would bring New Yorkers together. Today, there are over 2,800 purebred dogs here, all vying for that Best in Show award. So now, let's take a walk around and meet some of the owners and breeders and some of these purebred pups. We're with Otter, and first off, what type of dog is this?
This is a Briard.
And tell me about the Briard.
So the Briard is a French herding dog, and they are basically a Hart wrapped in fur.
And tell me its function.
They actually were bred to herd sheep, but then they also are a good guard dog as well. And during World War I, they actually used them to help find fallen soldiers.
Oh, tell me about that story about World War I and fallen soldiers.
Well, they said that Briards are so sensitive, and this was a saying that I read, that if a soldier was, not doing well, and a Briard walked by him, that he knew he was a goner, because they're so sensitive to how people are that, when he walked by, he knew he wasn't worth saving, because he had to find somebody who was worth it. I mean, it sounds kind of morbid, but that's just trying to tell you how sensitive a Briard is to people.
No, its eyes seem to be covered a little. Tell me about that. Is there any reason?
That's a good question I've been asking myself. I think it actually is to kind of surprise the sheep when they can't tell which way they're looking or going, and so the sheep always have to be on guard to know what they're thinking and doing.
I've heard that, like, if a burglar comes in and they can't see their eyes.
Yeah,
too.
I always joke around that dogs are looking at them and they can't tell which end they're looking at too.
And now, how old? What was
Otter?
Otter.
Yeah,
Otter.
he just turned 3.
He just turned 3.
Yep.
And has he done many shows?
He does. We live in Alaska, so we don't get to come out of state very
Alaska?
often. Yes. But we don't get to come out of state very often. But what we have done, he's done really well. He is the youngest male Briard in history right now in the United States to win a Best in Show at 20 months old. So he's done pretty good for himself.
I take it then you had to fly here.
Correct. Yeah.
How was the airlines? Was it all okay?
It's been interesting just because of the weather going on in Seattle right now. So trying to get in and out of Seattle has been a difficulty. So we've had to fly a little bit longer. We had to go out through LA to get back up here. So.
Okay, but it's probably a little nerve-wracking, right, with the compression and everything?
It is, yeah. And the noise, especially we don't realize it because we're up in a pressured cabin with the sound and everything, but down and below, when the wheels come down, it gets pretty loud for them, and so you kind of worry about how that affects their hearing and stuff like that.
Good with children?
Excellent with children, yeah.
Oh, yeah, just
like with any herding dog, though, they need to be raised and trained to understand how come children move fast and stuff, and that's not something they need to herd.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of grooming?
Yes. We weekly, about 3 hours every week. He gets baths every other week. And coming from Alaska, people think that, he would just love it up there. Yes, he does like the cold, but the snow is our enemy because it likes to glob onto him in big chunks, and it's dry. We have a very dry climate in Alaska, so it makes it harder on the coat as well.
And I'm Kristal Hart reporting from the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. Hope you've enjoyed the show, and thanks for watching.